What's up guys, Enzo here of YugaTech, and while Realme has released a few flagship level phones through the years, none have been quite like the Realme GT 5G. It's easy to call it as a true flagship killer. For one, due to the low-cost, high-spec identity, also it's more than a mid-ranger equipped with a flagship-grade chipset. There's also promise in its unique design, high-end AMOLED screen, and large battery with a 65-watt charging. Anyway, let's check it out. When I say unique design, I'm referring specifically to the racing yellow colorway, which is definitely a breath of fresh air in a sea of smartphones with the overused glossy metallic backs. Although the GT's other two colorways fall under the category, at least we get more distinctive option. The yellow portion is made of vegan leather, while the black stripe in the middle is made of glass. It strokes down from the triple rear camera module, giving it a seamless look. Overall, it's a very cool design that somehow has a more premium vibe to it, compared to an all-glass phone. The inputs and outputs here are pretty standard. Up top, we have the noise-canceling microphone. We got the volume buttons and the dual SIM tray on the left, and the power button on the right. At the bottom, the 3.5mm headphone port, main microphone, USB Type-C port, and loudspeaker. If not for the lack of micro SD support, I'd say this is pretty complete. I think it's rather unfortunate that only one of the GT's colors comes with the vegan leather finish, as it really adds a lot to the phone. We hope Realme continues this design language in the future flagships and perhaps even mid-range phones. The Realme GT features a 6.43-inch Super AMOLED display with a resolution of 1080 to 2400, 120Hz refresh rate, and 360Hz of touch sampling rate. The bezels are pretty slim, giving the GT a decent screen-to-body ratio. The screen's nice size can cater both one- and two-handed use. Whether in portrait or landscape, the standard 1080p resolution is pretty sharp enough and will show good detail in photos and text. Colors are nice and vibrant, while contrast and dynamic range are on point, this being an AMOLED panel and all. The 120Hz refresh rate and the 360Hz touch sampling rate 1-2 combo is already confidently stepping up into the gaming phone territory. This provides very smooth animations and very quick touch response, making phone usage feel lightning fast. Some display customization options are available, including color temperature and screen color modes. And we also get the feature called O1 Ultra Vision Engine, which has an image sharpener and color enhancer specifically for video playback. We are delighted to find out that the audio from the GT was actually pretty good, as we get the stereo speaker setup that can get very loud, while still remaining balanced. At high volumes, the sound isn't muffled or sharp, and can easily fill up a small room at just 60 to 70%. Checking out the software side, the Realme GT 5G runs a Realme UI 2.0 based on Android 11. Previous users of Realme and Oppo smartphones will feel right at home with the interface, as it's an offshoot of ColorOS. Customization options are plenty, allowing you to change the overall theme, icon styles, app layouts, font colors, and many more. The app drawer is enabled by default, as it should be, though you could get standard and simple modes options in the settings. Navigation, on the other hand, also comes with the classic selection of traditional on-screen buttons or gestures. There is a bit of bloat in the form of some proprietary Realme apps and some pre-installed third-party apps, though it's not like the former can't be useful sometimes, while you can easily just uninstall the latter. Our Realme GT 5G review unit comes with 128 of internal storage space, 12.9GB is reserved for system resources, leaving you around 115GB of usable space. The Realme GT 5G is powered with a Qualcomm Snapdragon 888 5G chipset, with an Adreno 660 GPU, 12GB of RAM, and either 128GB or 256GB of UFS 3.1 internal storage. Given the flagship-level hardware combination, performance here is a no-brainer, as it will be able to handle whatever you throw at it, be it gaming in high graphics settings or heavy multitasking. It does heat up a little bit after sustaining a heavy load, but not too much to become a big bother. Perhaps this is where Realme's cooling back clip is supposed to come in. The Realme GT's benchmark scores are some of the highest you can see these days, with an Antutu version 9 score of over 800,000 and a maxed out rating for 3D Mark Slingshot Extreme for the latter. It's crazy how we used to think that a score of 2000 was already decent. The Realme GT 5G comes with 3 rear cameras, a 64 megapixel main sensor, 8 megapixel ultra-wide lens, and a 2 megapixel macro lens. The setup alone can cover a pretty wide variety of shooting situations, though it's not complete given the lack of telephoto lens. Shots with the rear camera under good lighting look quite nice, showing clear details, vibrant colors, and good dynamic range. This goes both for the main and ultra-wide shooters, although the latter will naturally have slightly lower quality. Portrait mode with the rear camera shows great results too, with a nice subject background separation and realistic bokeh effect, provided that your subject is a human, as it relies on face detection. Selfies, on the other hand, is handled with a 16 megapixel shooter. It shows decent skin tone reproduction, though it could be a little better. For the videos, the Realme GT can shoot up to 4K at 60 frames per second and 1080p at 240 frames per second for its rear camera, and 1080p at 30 frames per second from the front camera. Quality is about the same as you'd expect from the photos, and it's nice that the image stabilization is available for the rear camera video. For power, the Realme GT 5G comes with a 4500 mAh battery with support for 65-watt fast charging. We didn't encounter any problems stretching out this battery to a whole day, and you don't need to worry about going a little heavier either, given that the full 0 to 100% charge can be achieved under 40 minutes. In the PCMark Work 3.0 battery test, the Realme GT got a result of 13 hours and 49 minutes. Battery is definitely one of GT's strong points and makes a stronger case for its top flagship campaign. At this point, we have no trouble donning the Realme GT 5G with the moniker it deserves, a true flagship killer. There is no word it will officially be here in the Philippines. It has a price point approximately at 30,000 pesos. It's not a bad proposition at all, given that you get a flagship level internal hardware, a display that can rival that of a gaming smartphone, 5G connectivity, and a robust battery with really fast charging. The cameras are only slightly above average for today's standards, and Realme UI isn't for everybody. But given all the great things it has going for it, the Realme GT 5G is a win in my books. If you want to get one yourself, again, the racing yellow colorway is awesome. Now, what do you guys think about the Realme GT 5G? Leave your thoughts in the comment section below, and don't forget to like, subscribe, hit the bell icon, and visit YugaTech.com for the latest tech news and reviews. It's your boy Enzo, and stay safe.